Welcome, Queens, to another episode. It's an extra special one today because I have one of my previous clients with me, Digna. So welcome, Digna, to the podcast.
Hello, Victoria.
Yay!
Nice to see you here.
Yeah, you too. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story, which I'm excited to get into. So I have 10 quick fire questions to begin with, just so the listeners can feel your vibe. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so number one is kind of 3 questions in one. So your name, age, and your profession.
Digna, 35 years, and I'm a CEO of an automation company in Holland.
Awesome. Number 2, sweet or savory?
Savory.
Savory. Early bird or night owl?
None.
Are you wanting to always be awake or always be asleep?
I think more evenings than mornings if I really have to choose.
Okay. Number 4, weights or cardio?
I would say none, but no, I don't. I usually do boot camping, so you don't really have weights. Just using your own weight.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Tabata type training, isn't it? Like really high intensity.
Yes, hit training. Yes, but no, we don't use. We rarely use any weights, and we do have cardio, of course, but it's not like we're running for 10 kilometers.
Oh yeah, no, that's not fun, I don't think.
No, but I like the boot camping. It's good. It's a combination of everything.
Yeah, I like that too. It keeps me on my toes. I don't like to get bored. I get bored.
No. But with this man, you don't get bored.
Okay, number 5, 3 things that you love.
My kids. They're 2? No, no. 3 things that I love. Oh, it's a good question. Yeah, of course, I love food.
Yeah, good answer.
my kids and my challenges in work.
Nice. You forgot yourself.
Oh, of course, yes.
Like most people don't actually say themselves, to be honest. So
no, it was in one of your audios.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, number 6. Have you got a favorite quote or mantra that you live by?
Not one favorite, but no, I don't really have one mantra that I could. It depends, like they differ. Sometimes I have 3 months, a mantra, then 3 months later it will be something else.
Would you mind sharing one of the mantras that you're saying to yourself right now? Because I know that you're actively using your affirmation app.
The affirmations app. I use one that I'm like a patient mother, and then I pay attention to them, and that I can see how they're doing, so that I really pay attention to them, and that really helps me to, I don't know, more treat them from a way of love. What else for affirmation? That I'm worthy even if I'm doing nothing. That's one.
Yeah, that's a big one for you. Also for me too.
Yes.
I'm worthy just doing nothing.
And of course that I'm happy with my body, and that I love myself as well as my body, and that I'm treating myself well, so that I take care of myself.
I love those. Thank you for sharing. Next one's a really easy one. Well, I hope it will be easy. What's your favorite color to wear if you was like looking at clothing?
I think green.
Green? Me too. Like this kind of green.
More like the autumn colors.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
These are my colors that
And what's your favorite food? If you had to pick one specifically.
I think it always used to be French fries,
Yeah,
but now I like caprese as well very much. What else? Yeah, pastas.
pasta. And if you could be a mythical creature or any animal, what would you be and why?
A cat, I think.
And why?
I have a quote from Eckhart Tolle, I think, about that Zen masters, that he knows a lot of Zen masters, and they're always cats.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes.
And I would see from a perspective of a cat, they seem to just lie around, get stroked, get fed, like
Yes.
come and go as they please.
They don't seem to be stressed.
No, exactly.
That's why he made the comparison, I think, that they're like Zen masters.
Oh, nice. Okay, and last question. So imagine this. You're fast forwarding to the very, very distant future and you're on your deathbed. So let's say like you're over 100 years old and you're looking back at your life. What are you most proud of about the life that you've lived?
I think I will be the most proud of that I didn't walk away for challenges, and I didn't walk away for my emotions. I think that's where I maybe the most proud of, because that's why you grow. So yeah, I will be the most proud of that.
I love that. One of my mantras actually is courage over comfort.
Yes.
Courage over comfort. It's so easy to stay in our comfort zone, but we don't get growth there, as you've so wisely said.
No, but I don't stay long in this comfort zone, I think.
No. You
Then I feel
absolutely do that.
then I feel bored.
Yeah. Anyone who doesn't know Digna, it's obviously most of you listening. Well, maybe a lot of people from Digna's world might be listening to this. So hello. But other than the people that know Digna, she is an absolute powerhouse of a woman. And it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to work with her. So I'm looking forward to getting into your story now, Digna. So can you remember, because I know it was like 6 months ago or so now, like what was you struggling with when you signed up for coaching?
Well, I think it all started with coaching from your fiance, Wouter.
Yeah.
And we have to give grades on every like part of your life. And one part was like self-love and weight and how your body image. And I think I gave myself a 4 for self-love. And I was like, oh yes, that's not too high. And then in the next meetings, it like came back as a topic that I had to work on, and also the body image. I was just struggling with it, like always. I never loved myself, and I always thought I need to like. I will be happy when I lose weight, or when I'm in that size, or when I'm I don't know, do a kind of competition. All kind of conditions that I like, that I talked myself for loving myself. And I remember that Wouter asked me like, how would you treat how would you treat other persons in your life? I was like, I don't think I will treat them the way I treat myself. And then he talked about Victoria, what you did, and that you're very experienced in helping people, to love themselves, I think. And then we had an introduction meeting, and I thought, well, I need to somehow I need to deal with this topic. And of course, it felt a bit out of my comfort zone, but again, that's where your growth is. So I thought I'm just going to start with it. And of course, in the beginning, I was a bit skeptical, like, okay, do I really want this? Because maybe it means that I will never lose weight, or that I will never have the body that I really want. But I'm very happy that I did it.
And I am as well. I've got 2 questions from what you've just shared. Number one, if you had to mark your self-love out of 10 now, radically, honestly, like what would it be?
I think 8.
Awesome. And can you just share a little bit about how your relationship with food was when we first started coaching?
Well, I think maybe I don't know, 50, 60, 70% of the the women I know that you're constantly struggling with, like what your weight should be, what will you eat, no carbs, or a focus on eating fats or counting your calories, of course. In combination with counting measuring your movements. I always had my smartwatch. Now I don't wear it anymore.
Yay.
I know it was just like you're constantly focused on it, like during work or in the weekends. And I think I had binge eating, and it was a constant struggle for me.
And how did that affect your like day-to-day life, how you felt in your body and your relationship with food?
Well, one moment I really remember from our coaching is that you asked me like, how much of your self-worth relies on your body image? I remember that question. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh shit, that's like really high. I had to like from a circle, right? I had to point out, and I think like 75% of my self-worth was depending on my body image. So that was a bit confrontating. I remember that I was thinking about that after we had this session, like, okay, well, like in my daily life, this actually means that I think I'm constantly insecure about if you're going to a party or to friends, you're always thinking about your body and that you're insecure about your body and that you're not self-worth because you don't have the right body in my own head. Because it's not like my husband or people around me were telling me I had to lose weight. Not at all. It was just in my own mind. So that's what I remember most, actually. Because what was your question again?
No, you've answered it perfectly. I was saying, like, how did that affect your day-to-day life? Like,
yes.
Yeah. And I know I'm being very mindful of time today because you're a very busy lady and you have a meeting soon. So I'm going to skip a few questions, but I would love for you to share how your relationship is now with yourself, your body, how you eat. Like, just share with us like what your life is like now around those things.
Well, I did a little of preparation when I saw your questions because I was a bit insecure about my English. So I thought it's good that I have like some examples
great.
In my mind. But I thought about that, like what's different now. And I think I told you a couple of sessions ago as well that it feels like I lost mental weight, like I lost a backpack. So I'm not constantly thinking about the food, if it's wrong, if it's good, punish yourself, feel sorry for what you've eaten. And I feel like food freedom. So it's not that I'm waking up and like, oh, yesterday I eat this, and this. So today I can only have this, and this. So there are no restrictions anymore. It just feels like, I don't know, I just ate, what is it? I don't know. And
it's just food.
I'm not thinking about it anymore. In the beginning, I was really skeptical about the food freedom story, because then you think like if you have all the freedom, then you will eat the whole time probably French fries and crisps and whatever candies. But somehow, and of course that's very logic as well, if you can eat anything from yourself, then there's no really, how do you call it?
There's no like guidelines or rules on like how to do health, is there? But how did you find it interesting that after the initial like allowance phase of allowing everything and maybe eating more French fries than you'd like, you started to realize that you didn't crave them all the time anymore? You actually wanted vegetables and fruits and things. Is that what you experienced?
Yes, and you will, like, if you're going to trust on your body, your body will tell you that you will feel like I don't know, eating salad instead of French fries. For example, if I look at my breakfast now, somehow I just before, I think I always had this breakfast like, oh, this is healthy, so I will take this. Then at least I start the day I started perfectly, you know. And now I'm just like, I don't know. Sometimes I eat a cracker, sometimes I eat yogurt, sometimes I eat overnight oats, and somehow you just, and in the end, it's all, yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah, because your body knows best, and you trust that now.
Yes, yes. And sometimes if I did eat a bit too much, I'm like, oh, it doesn't really feel good in my body. And then next time you will eat a bit less because you don't want to feel like that full anymore.
Yeah,
So
that's
it really, I think, yeah, it really helped me. And I think the most important that somehow it all also cost a lot of energy to think about what you eat, when you eat it, like all your restrictions, feeling guilty about it. It's all negative energy, and that's why I say it feels like I left. I left a backpack because I don't think about that anymore, and all this negative energy. I can now focus on giving attention to my kids more, or more focus in my work. So I think that's the best game, and that you feel more happy, I think.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. What about your body specifically? So, how do you feel in the body that you have?
Well, I think I after your coaching, I look very different, like regarding to my body. I think it was too much focused on how it should look like instead of how it feels. And in the end, I think we should be grateful for a healthy body every morning. And somehow in this society, I don't know, we got lost. Like we don't think about that about our body anymore. It's only about how it looks like. And it's in a lot of your audios and things that I read, and your audios that I listened. It's like your body is a product. It's not a, yeah,
Yeah, we're to live in our bodies, not see it as like an object to always have to change or manipulate or whatever else we try and do with it.
yes.
Yeah. So would you say that you are living now in food and body freedom?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And two more questions. I know we've got literally a couple of minutes. How did you find the investment? Are you used to investing in yourself? Did you have any blocks around that, choosing yourself to do this?
Well, I think I am used to invest in myself, but I used to invest like a diet or like the traditional things. But I'm really glad that I invested in myself. I also noticed, I think a couple of months ago, I was also in a clothing shop with a friend of mine, and she was fitting a jeans on, and then she said, "No, I will buy it, but I will lose weight, and I will train for it." And that moment, I realized, like, oh, it's so like it's so relaxed, and not worrying about that you have to lose weight, or that you have to change your body. So I was really like grateful for that, like, oh, I'm so happy that I don't have these feelings anymore.
Yeah, that's amazing. And one last question. If you was to speak to someone listening right now who is really struggling with binge eating and they don't like their body and all the things that you know how that feels from previously, is there anything you would say to them if they were considering starting this journey, whether that be with me as a coach or somebody else as a coach in what I teach?
Well, I remember one quote about the coaching, and I think it was from an Instagram account. Like, I think the message I want to give, like, I think you have to consider yourself. Do you want to like grow old or become 100 with counting calories and feeling unhappy about your body, or do you really want to, change it? Then I think you have to go to Victoria or other coaching and stop dieting, stop looking at your body as a product, because I don't think it will make you happy. And I think the worst thing that it never ends, because it's never good enough.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I've looked at the time. We literally have like probably 5 more minutes. So a bit of an egotistic question for me to ask you. Why did you, I know that Wouter very kindly recommended me, but I know that you was looking at other kind of coaches in this area. What made you choose me to guide you through this journey?
Well, I think for the people who have still their doubts, just plan an introduction meeting, because then you really get a feeling of how Victoria is. And if I have to describe you in a couple of words, what I noticed immediately is that you're very loving, you're very sweet person, but I think you're really like committed to the people you're coaching. And I think you're very experienced, like your own experience in all your right, like eating disorders or all your history. I think that you really understand like how I feel or how people feel, and that's really valuable, I think. And yeah, I would really recommend you to other people. Definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And you're exactly right. I am so committed to your journey, to my other clients' journeys. That's why I don't take on many one-to-one clients, because you become my person to serve. And it's been an absolute pleasure and an honor, Digna. And I know that we're talking about ongoing coaching as well. So thank you for sharing your story. It will inspire more women than I think you realize. So thank you.
I hope so. And I think what I want to add, that I think it's not only about like food freedom, it's also about self-love. I also remember that I said to someone what I'm doing now to like taking much better care of myself, like yoga and meditation. And I my friend said, wow, that's really disciplined. And I thought,
Oh,
oh, that's interesting, because it doesn't feel this way. It doesn't feel like discipline. It feels like if you really love yourself and you're happy with yourself, it just feels like I take care of my kids, I take care of myself. So I just give myself this moment of the sauna or the yoga, of the meditation. So I think that was an eye opener as well.
yeah, because I've got like a perfect mantra for you and for the women who are listening, who genuinely tend to be high achievers, black or white, all or nothing, nothing's ever good enough. It was very interesting that that woman said to you, that's very self-disciplined. However, you so wisely shared, it doesn't feel like it's self-disciplined. So this like mantra, I think, says it all. Self-control is not self-care. So self-care, it's always the reason why you're doing something. If you're working out to try and get smaller or burn calories, don't do it. If you're working out because you genuinely love to be strong and to go outside, it's all about the why. So thank you for like sharing that. I think that's really important. Yeah.
Well, thank you for asking me, and thank you for the coaching. And I would really suggest other people just like plan an introduction meeting so you can experience Victoria. And what I also want to add is like the whole audios around it. It's not just the coaching, but also the platform of all the knowledge that that's in. That was also very helpful, and I think very professional as well.
Thank you so much, Digna, and thank you all for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.